Hey guys, Tyler Jeffcoat with Seller Accountant. And one of the questions that we get fairly frequently here at our firm is, what are the kinds of prices or what's the breakdown of the different expenses I might have related to my financial management or to my accounting? And I think this is a pretty good question. I wanted to kind of just touch on it here a little bit today in a video. And I think it kind of splits up into these kind of categories, right? So, newsflash, as your business grows, you're going to have to spend some money on accounting. And I don't advise you just waiting until the end of the year and spending a few $100 to get your taxes filed because that's a pretty poor way to manage your business at scale, especially now you're doing $10,000 a month. This is a hobby. Then you're probably going to cut as many corners as you can on these first four and then just use TurboTax or something to do your taxes at the end of the year, right? As you become a more sophisticated owner, or if your angle is going to be to potentially exit down the line, you're going to have to basically, level up in terms of these other areas. And so the different potential cost breakdowns are kind of as following. You're going to have some software. Our favorite is QuickBooks Online. Xero is also a very good software. If you're a gigantic company, you may even lean towards an enterprise system like NetSuite. But it's not just the accounting software, right? So you're going to spend $50 a month on QuickBooks Online. Okay, great. In addition to that, I'm also probably going to need some kind of a tool for managing my more day-to-day profitability. I may already be paying for Cellex or Seller Labs or Helium 10 or one of these tools that helps me see my Amazon performance. Another $100 a month. I think using those tools to understand my performance and profitability are really critical. But there's going to be other software. As you grow, you may end up getting an inventory management software. You may end up paying for a software like TaxJar.com to help you with sales tax. All said and done, I would say the average maybe $1 million seller is going to have something like maybe $500 a month in software expenses. I just think it's probably worth budgeting that. Now, if you're going to get the books done, I have not been doing my accounting. One of the things that we're probably going to charge you for is going to be a cleanup or setup process, right? I mean, let's just be honest here. People don't call accounting firms unless they have crappy accounting, right? It's kind of like, I've got a problem here and I need to fix it. And so the first thing the Seller Accountant is normally doing is some kind of an upfront project, kind of a one-time expense to take some number of months of bad accounting and turn it into some number of months of good accounting, right? This is normally going to be a few $1,000s. It ranges widely, though, based on how complicated your business is, how many months you want to have cleaned up, how bad the existing accounting is, right? That kind of thing. And so there's normally going to be an upfront project that's a cleanup. And then you're going to pay somebody to do your recurring accounting. Now, by the way, if you hire a Seller Accountant, we're going to do the cleanup, and then we'll hopefully just own the bookkeeping for you. But you could hire your own employee, you could do your own bookkeeping, you could try to hire a VA or a virtual assistant or an independent contractor. I'm a little bit biased here, candidly, but obviously I love the idea of hiring an expert firm that really gets my niche and can get it right every single month. I think having this part of your business shored up where you don't have to worry about it is a really good thing. And so you're going to pay some amount per month. Seller Accountant's average client pays somewhere just a little bit above $1,000 a month. And that normally includes, say, like a QuickBooks Online subscription because we bake it into our pricing. And so, but I don't know, right? I mean, you can hire an employee and you can pay $3,000 a month to make this happen. You can use your own time and you got to value what your hours are worth. And you may be able to do it for free. And so depending on how you want to handle things, I think you're going to pay for some recurring bookkeeping. Now, some firms, by the way, are going to choose to kind of charge you per hour. Seller Accountant happens to, I don't really like hourly billing because I feel like my incentive is to be as slow as possible if that was my billing model. I prefer a billing model where it's like, hey, here's what I'm promising to deliver to you, and here's a fixed, predictable price that you can expect to pay each month. That's how we handle the bookkeeping part. Now, the other thing that Seller Accountant, we probably have the best CFO practice in the country right now for e-commerce sellers. And this is kind of our second bread and butter in addition to the bookkeeping is as my business grows, if I'm not a financial guru, and maybe you are, right? Maybe you're somebody coming out of private equity and you really get the deep kind of return on capital and how do I deploy my resources? How do I manage cash flow kinds of questions? Maybe that's really your strength. But if it's not, another opportunity, if you partner with the right accounting firm, and I would say Seller Accountant, humbly is one of these, is to get an advisor, somebody who can kind of almost like join your board, so to speak, to give you counsel related to how do I use this great accounting data to actually do something about it. I don't want it to just be about taxes. I want to actually make a difference in the way I'm managing my business. bringing on an advisor, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month for someone to be in your corner. A lot of times there's a gigantic return on investment for that. And then, of course, you're going to have some kind of a CPA firm do your taxes. Seller Accountant does not do taxes. And the reason for this, by the way, is that we're so focused on e-commerce that we really want to have a CPA that understands all of your real estate holdings and your spouse's W-2 income from their job and the inheritance money. All of those issues, those are outside of my expertise. I only know e-commerce. And so I don't want to provide a tax service when it's not my expertise. But you're going to have to pay somebody, and I'm hoping that you don't skimp on this. I want to pay a little bit extra, frankly, for a good CPA where they can really help me mitigate my tax liability each year, do the right things to not just stay compliant, but keep as much of my money as I possibly can. So I hope this kind of answers the question. This is like the worst slide in history, but the kinds of things you're going to spend money on as an e-commerce brand related to accounting. You're either going to spend money to do it right, or you're going to get audited by the IRS, or you're going to lose. I had a guy the other day that lost a ton of money a few years ago because he didn't keep track of things and had some crossed wires and made a mistake and lost like $500,000. And so you're going to pay for your business financials one way or another. My advice is to spend a little bit of money up front and get them done correctly so you can make good choices. With that, I'll end this video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.